said on No Jumper that you feel like you've lost everything and lost all the respect from the industry and the labels.
Yeah, well, it's not that I lost respect because I'm getting record deals out the yin yang right now. So, and I keep turning them all down because Rackus Records, my record company, which means love in Finnish, Rackus, Rackus Records was supposed to be done through a subsidiary through Sony Records, but Steve Zapp took over it instead, and I used all my money and allocated all my funds to even create the whole Love project. So under my belt with my label, I am now technically considered a major record label, even though it's independent, because of the sales and the streams that I have that coincide with Rackus Records. So now I'm taking it to a different place. So I'm the CEO of my label. I find artists, I produce them, I write them, I sign them, I pay them, I put them in real deals that they're not getting screwed over and fucked over on.
Well, when you went on No Jumper, you gave him a chain.
My love chain.
Love chain.
My most prized possession I gave to Adam.
Well, I remember he did a video. They said, Aaron Hall gives Adam $20,000 chain. I spoke to him today, and I was asking about the chain story. He told me that he got it checked out, and the chain was fake.
No. He's out of his mind. I've done diamond testers, all that. Well,
it's what he said.
Okay, well, Adam.
His words, not
mine.
Adam,
give me my chain back.
Okay, that's what he said.
All right, well, I want my chain back then.
Okay.
You can keep the hoodie.
Keep the hoodie.
Yeah,
want the chain
I'll take
back.
my chain back. Yeah, I was there. I molded it. I was there when it was molded and had all the diamonds put in it, and I've tested it. Like, I don't know what they keep doing, but everyone keeps trying to say that about my chains. Logan Paul said that about my chain.
Yeah, I think
too.
I heard something similar about that.
Okay, so give me my chain back too.
Okay.
Actually, you can keep it. Fuck you, Logan Paul.
Well, you said last year that you made $4.9 million off of real estate that year. So is that like your main business outside of music?
I've definitely been getting a lot more involved in commercial real estate.
Commercial?
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
So that's where it's starting to pick up.
And you have a weed shop coming.
We're working on it right now. So we're just cultivating and getting it set up. So finding the shop, gonna buy the shop, do all that stuff. So yeah. And then we're buying a salon too.
For her.
So, that's her dream. That's what she wants to do. So that's what she'll get.
That's dope. When's the wedding date?
We don't have a wedding date.
We don't have that yet.
No. I don't know. You talk, baby. I'm Mr. Yippity over here.
Yeah. I would like it to be, after the whole COVID, after the world's back to normal fully.
Yeah, and everyone's healing.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone's back to normal. Economy's better.
I think it's important to work on our relationship, our trust, our boundaries, things like I said.
Right.
We got the foundation wasn't right before the house crumbled. So it's time to rebuild the foundation and make sure that it's solid and concrete is placed correctly so that the house will not crumble.
Yeah, I mean, there's no hurry. I got married for 9 months once. It's one of the big mistakes of my life.
Okay, so we were like, at
I
first
can
we're
relate.
like, oh, we're gonna. She's like, let's go to Vegas, and I was like, yeah, no. And I was like, no,
Smart.
I'm not doing that. I was like, I'm not doing that because in retrospect, looking back, like I would like to, even all the turmoil and stuff that's happened with my family, I want to see them there.
Yeah.
I think that's.
I want to see them there. Do I like them right now? No.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I don't rock with my family either.
I don't like
could
them
relate.
right now.
Sometimes, you don't pick your family. So sometimes you just get a lame group of people.
You really don't. But Bob Marley always
Yeah.
said this, and I love this quote. He always said, don't ever think you need friends, you need family. He always told his children that.
Yeah? I don't know. You sort of form your own family at one point.
You do
Yeah.
in essence, but friends do come and go.
Yeah, that's
They
true.
really do. It's rare that they stay around your whole life.
This is true. Do I have any lifelong friends?
That's what I'm saying. They come
I
and
got
go.
a few from
But
elementary school. I got one from elementary school.
But it's
That's
rare
about it.
that family really separates and takes years off, such as friends do.
Yeah, but like I said, sometimes you're just born into a lame group of people.
I think I love my family, but sometimes I think they're just a little overzealous, and
Yeah.
and I wouldn't necessarily call them lame. But I would
speaking
say
for myself.
I would say their behavior is lame.
Yeah.
And I would say that we just need to just chill out, or just we can stay out of each other's lives, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Because I will prosper in any way, because just as long as I have my health, I truly have wealth. I don't need money to have that.
There you have it. Well, Aaron, I appreciate you coming in. Monumental story.
Thank you, man.
Tens of millions of records sold.
Ups and downs.
Losses, the wins, the
rehab,
losses, the rehab.
surviving.
Yeah.
Phoenix rising from the ashes.
Yeah.
Like,
Here-
you got to be tough, guys. And everybody out
Yeah.
there that's watching this interview, I hope that you learned something that, like, even me, like, you might see like certain like erratic behavior, or you know, stuff like that. But there is a persona to me. And then there's who I am behind closed doors.
Well, look, you woke up this morning and you get to do an interview. That's part of your day. You came up here in a Range Rover, and you get to go back to a nice house. There's someone right now who doesn't have a job, who's wondering how they're going to pay their rent because the $1,200 check has already been spent, and they're wondering whether the eviction ban is going to continue because they haven't paid their rent last month either. So,
I know.
you know,
And
as hard as you have
mortgages and
it,
foreclosures.
yeah, as hard as you have it really well
I
compared
know.
to the majority of the world right
Yeah,
now.
you know what? And honestly, I feel very, very grateful. Sometimes
Yeah.
I'll stand outside my house and be like, you know what? This is incredible, because I feel so blessed, and I thank God every day for this. And I look up to the stars and I say, thank you, Lord, you know, for giving me a chance to, like, you know, to do this again and actually have a newfound respect and appreciation for what money is, because it comes and goes.
Yeah.
And I just want to stay on a good incline and build our family, like, and take some time off. 24 years doing this, I deserve a couple of years off, man.
Yeah, facts.
Like, I've been struggling to get back. I've gotten back. I've lost it all. Like, I don't want to do those three things anymore. I just want to be domesticated and chill and just, like, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, the
Live
Love
life.
album kind of showed that you transitioned from a child act to an adult act,
Thank you.
which I would say most people don't pull off.
And thank you. I appreciate. You know, we had a great team behind it. Yes, I do have some qualms with, like, Steve Zapp and Sony Records, but they know what the success was of that album, and all I ask is that the industry and the record labels do right by me if you want to work with me in my music. Otherwise, I will do it myself, just like I did with Fool's Gold when I released it, and with no label but myself, and it made the top 50 Spotify viral charts in 3 minutes with 1 million plays.
You know, my last question is, you see a lot of child stars, whether it's music or whether it's movies, that as they become adults have a horrific time
Oh my God,
dealing
they
with
lose it.
life. You know, we talked about Orlando.
Orlando Brown, love you,
we
bro.
We
and I
talked
hope you're
about
doing well.
Amanda Bynes.
I don't know you, Orlando, but
You know, you see it with child actors all the time.
Right.
You know, from different strokes. What was
You know what, though?
Gary Coleman, you saw it.
Raven's doing a good job turning her life around. right now.
Raven did pretty well. And it doesn't
Masked
happen.
Singer. She was the Black Widow on Masked Singer. She's doing a really good job turning her
She's
life
doing
around.
great.
I'm watching her.
Justin
so.
Timberlake did pretty well. Britney has some problems.
Britney has a conservatorship. Britney is under all these medications, which allegedly my whole family was trying to do to me in the transcripts say. The same thing they did to Britney Spears. Sedate me and get a conservatorship and run my life.
Lindsay Lohan had a lot of problems, someone who you were connected to as well.
Yeah.
You just see it a lot. What do you think when you look at, as someone who went through this yourself?
Yeah, we can dig deep here, bro. I love it.
As someone who went through this yourself,
Yeah.
what do you think is the thing that's in common in all these cases? If there is such a thing.
The ideal. What? No, go ahead, baby.
No, I think they let the public get to them too much.
Exactly. The idealism.
Yeah.
The idealism of fame and fortune, and to keep chasing after that star. But you got to remember, if we're speaking in metaphors, all stars burn out.
Mm-hmm.
So why keep chasing after a star? Go find yourself a new one.
Yeah, I mean, Michael Jackson is the last example of what I'm saying. Here was someone who was a child megastar who became an even bigger adult
But he
megastar.
transcended.
Yeah, but he struggled. You said that you spoke to him 2 weeks before he died. He struggled with this to his dying day.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He was sedating himself, and he was not. He didn't want to. He didn't want to be doing it. He didn't want to be around. People were just hurting him left and right.
Yeah,
And it's not that he didn't want to be around. It's just that he was just trying to numb a lot of stuff that was going on with them.
yeah,
You know, not even just with drugs or anything like that, but just
yeah.
reclusing himself internally.
Well, Aaron, I appreciate you sharing your story. I think it's a very powerful story
Thank you.
and a cautionary tale at that.
Yeah, it is.
There's someone that's singing in the mirror right now at 5 years old that wants to be the next Aaron Carter.
Well, you know what?
Yeah.
You know what? We're all going to make mistakes in our lives, and you can always turn your life around.
Yeah.
You really can.
Yeah.
You can turn it around. You can switch up your attitude. They say an old dog can't learn new tricks, but I actually know how to train dogs, and old dogs can learn new tricks, okay? It's a fact.
Yeah.
So, and I'm not necessarily an old dog, but like mentally and spiritually, it's time for me to step up and just chill out, focus on my music, and then, reach our goals. I want to teach music one day, conduct an orchestra, do scoring for music, for films, and, continue to work on my own music, release my own stuff, but at my pace. Not like, oh my God, I got to get this out right now because I'm desperate. No, I want it to be good, perfect, the best that I possibly can. It took me 3 years to make my Love album.
Well, it showed.
Okay? So 3 years, and there's continuity, there's a continuity in it.
Yeah.
There's no errors in that. It flows.
No doubt.
All sonically it flows. So it's great. I love it.
That's how we're going to
thank
end
you,
it. Aaron, man, appreciate you coming in.
man. Yeah.
Peace.
Peace.